Hello there, you guys. Welcome to another one of my videos. And Manchester United have just lost at home to PSG in the first leg of the Champions League by 2-0 tonight. Very disappointing result. Now, currently, this is our first defeat under the Ole Gunnar Solskjaer tenure. So now as it stands, 12 games, played, won 10, drawn 1, and currently lost 1 in all competitions. As I said, but I've got to be honest, a well-deserved, victory from PSG tonight. It was goals from Kim Pepe, however you pronounce his name, and Kylian Mbappe. And obviously the big disappointing thing also as well, Paul Pogba is going to miss the second leg at Paris Saint-Germain's ground, which I think is on the 6th of March, as I could have said. But very disappointing tonight. Didn't get in our strides. Didn't show an attacking force. Because we obviously under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, since Solskjaer's coming, we have been showing that fluidity. We have showed a good attacking display, but tonight we didn't currently show that at all. But obviously I think the momentum killed us. When basically Lingard came and when Martial came off, I think that fizzled us away, to be quite honest. But in the first half I thought it was a very scrappy game. To be quite honest, very scrappy. Not a lot of chances created. I thought Mbappe looked very isolated for them in the first half. I thought it was quiet in the first half was Mbappe, to be quite honest with you. And obviously going into this game, it's also very disappointing as well, because obviously PSG, I've got some key players out. They've got Edgar Cavani out, through injury, as that confirmed before the game. They've obviously got Thomas Meunier out injured as well. Obviously Neymar's out, out for a long time as well as Neymar. So they did have quite a few of their key players out tonight, did Paris Saint-Germain as well. But it's very disappointing, because I thought it was a very tight and a very tight and tense game, to be quite honest, especially in the first half. There wasn't many chances created, and I just think we didn't pressurise them enough. I thought some of the build-up play, was very good from both sides, but in the first half, there was lacking in that attacking third of the pitch. But I don't think Buffon had nothing to do tonight, so we didn't create hardly any chances tonight in the game. We just looked a total flop tonight. As I currently said, we were very poor tonight. We didn't show that attacking force or that attacking display, that we have been showing under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. But it was a very poor performance tonight. As I currently said, we struggled to break them down. We lost all of that, as I said. But I think the momentum, killed us off. When Martial came off and when Jesse Lingard came off, because you can see we've lost bags of pace there. When Martial and Jesse Lingard came off, there was also a lot of fouls, committed in that game. There was a lot of yellow cards as well. I think I think PSG had Dani Alves got booked, Julian Draxler got booked, Kim Pepe got booked as well. Us, Paul Pogba received 2 yellows, so that's really bad as well. In terms of Paul Pogba, he's going to miss the second leg. I think Luke Shaw had got a booking as well. I think who else? Ander Herrera had also been got shown a yellow card as well. I think Ashley Young also got a yellow card as well. So there was a lot of yellow cards shown in the game, as I currently said. But as I did say, as soon as PSG currently went 1-0 up in the game, started to find their rhythm, started to find their shape, and then after they went 1-0 up, PSG, it was from a set piece. To be quite honest with you, should have been defended better by Manchester United. It was a corner angle. Di Maria did get 2 assists. It was a corner. Kim Pepe was open up in space. I think Matic, should have got back, to defend it. And it was a close range effort volley, and that was into the back of the net by Kim Pepe, and that was 1-0. And then after that, PSG were creating chances. There was one opportunity. PSG had Kylian Mbappe was on goal, but David De Gea had saved it. He had one from an header, and he had one from a header. I think it was saved by David De Gea, and that led to the goal. From the corner. Their first goal. They had one through Dani Alves. It got a lucky deflection off Paul Pogba, so that could have ended up into the back of the net as well. But the second goal, as I currently said, was from Angel Di Maria. Well, Angel Di Maria got the assist. He found Mbappe in space in the 6-yard box, and Mbappe tucked it away comfortably. And that was 2-0. So we have got a huge deficit. We have got a huge mountain, to climb going into that second leg, because we do find ourselves 2-0 down now. We've got to go to PSG, and it's going to be very difficult, for us to go over there and score 3 goals, against Paris Saint-Germain, as I said. But very poor performance tonight. There was no passion, there was no heart. there was no desire. And as I said, as soon as Lingard and Martial went off, that killed the momentum of the team completely. As I said, and we looked very, very tepid tonight. As I clearly said, I haven't seen Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's, post-match interview, to be quite honest with you. Obviously, he will be very, very disappointed, as I said. But since Solskjaer's coming, mainly, we've seen the structure of the teams being right, the cohesion of the teams being right, the teams being playing well. We have been showing that attacking force. We have been getting bodies in, good decent positions. We have been scoring goals, as I currently said. But tonight, PSG defended really, really well. They look very, very good on the counter-attack. And when you've got a player like Mbappe, who's got absolutely fantastic pace, and obviously that was Bailly and Lindelof, they had a huge task tonight, going up with the likes of Mbappe, because, Mbappe is capable of getting in behind, making them runs, and his pace is absolutely unbelievable. Obviously scored his 23rd goal of the season, for Paris Saint-Germain tonight as well. I think Mbappe, that's his first goal for Paris Saint-Germain. I think he's made his 97th appearance tonight. I think that's his first ever goal for Paris Saint-Germain, as well as Mbappe's. But very poor performance tonight. Didn't show very, very poor. I thought we were very, very poor from front to back tonight. I thought we did okay defensively at the time, but as I did say, as soon as Martial and Lingard came off, we looked far too open, as PSG, was exploiting us far too easily. They were operating space and they were creating chances. As soon as Martial and Lingard came off, as soon as they went 1-0 up, that was it. PSG took total control of the game, as I kind of said. So there's not really much more to say. And the Paul Pogba sending off, just basically killers. I thought it was initially Ashley Young that was going to be sent off, but it turned out that it was Paul Pogba that currently made the challenge right at the end as well. But we're very, very poor tonight. As I said, the worst performance I've seen, so far since Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's coming. There was no cohesion in the team. We didn't see that fluidity. We didn't see that attacking pace. We didn't see us playing them delicate passes like Paul Pogba can do. Because obviously we've been playing free. Obviously, we've been seeing, in the Premier League, especially, free-flowing attacking football, as I said. Pogba's been getting the freedom to express himself. He's been, aware. His awareness has been good. He's been playing them deculate passes through as well. But he didn't do that tonight, as I said, because PSG defensively was so good. I thought when Martial was on the pitch tonight, I thought he was losing the ball quite a few times. Anthony Martial, wasn't giving him, enough service, as I currently said. But it was very, very poor tonight for Manchester United. We did see, Sanchez come on in the game, as I did say. Mata came on as well, and obviously that knocks bags of pace out of the team. Towards the end, we saw Romelu Lukaku, come on for Marcus Rashford as well. So you can see the frustration in the team, as I currently said. So hopefully, we can bounce back, and get a result against Chelsea in the FA Cup, as I said. Obviously, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer did currently make 5 changes, from the Fulham victory at the weekend. He did make 5 changes. So basically, he went with his strongest 11. He went with De Gea, he went with Young, he went with Lindelof and Bailly. I think blending very, very well together. They are building a relationship. He went with Luke Shaw at left back, Herrera, Matic in the midfield. They weren't pulling the strings off, very, very well in the midfield today. Herrera, I think had 2 opportunities. I think one went wide and the other, a curling shot, just went over the bar as well. But I don't think Buffon had anything to do, today, as I currently said. But, we obviously knew it was going to be a mouth-watering clash, as I said. But I said before the game, obviously, we did have the advantage, considering, that PSG, had a few injury problems. I think, quite, there were some players for them that stood out well tonight, and they played very, very well. Di Maria, played well. He got 2 of the assists. Verratti didn't do too bad as well. This is what was obviously Verratti's 50th appearance, tonight of Paris Saint-Germain. But I thought defensively they played very, very well, did PSG. But the team we went with, as I just said, De Gea, Young, Lindelof, Bailly, Luke Shaw, Matic, Herrera, Martial on the left, Pogba in at number 10, Lingard on the right, and Rashford up front. So basically, that is our strongest 11. But, we just didn't impress, tonight. Everyone does have a bad game now and then. But obviously, we've obviously, got to learn from this, as I currently said. But it wasn't a good attacking fluidity, performance tonight. I thought the performance, was very, very poor, to be quite honest with you. But in the first half, there wasn't a lot of chances, to be quite honest with you. Some of the build-up play was good and all that, but as I did say, there wasn't a lot of chance in the first half, apart from, I think, Mbappe had a chance. I think he actually was offside, but it went wide. And then Di Maria had a chance. I think he rounded De Gea in the first half, but he missed that. David De Gea had saved it, but I think that was offside as well. But you can see, even though PSG, have got them injuries, they have got a lot of class in their team. They've got a lot of experience in that team. They've got Dani Alves. He's aging up now. He's 36, isn't he? But he's still. You know, he's had a good playing career. You know, he was really, really good when he was at Barcelona. He did good at Juventus. And obviously, you know, as I said, they got that Leandro Paredes in January. Did PSG as well. He also came on in the game as well, and he looked influential. You know, when he came on. But as soon as Lingard and Martial currently went off, you could see the bags of pace went out of the team. So obviously, you know what Lingard can do on that right, of what Martial can do on that left with the pace and cause problems. You know, Mata and Sanchez are doing what Lingard and Martial can currently do, because obviously Mata's 30 years of age. Obviously Sanchez is 30 years of age as well. So yeah, I think that just totally killed the momentum out of the current team, and obviously it fizzled away. I think Lingard come off because he suffered an injury. I did see Martial in the first half limping off as well, but I just think we were outnumbered tonight. As soon as PSG went 1-0 up, they took total control of the game. They were getting bodies in decent positions. We looked far too open. They were exploiting us far too easily as well, operating space far too easily. I just don't think our players got tight enough to their players. I think they were winning every balls. They're just far better than us tonight, PSG, and they are the current worthy winners, as I couldn't have said. But I still back Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, as I couldn't have said. I still think he's the right man for Manchester United. I still think he's done a very, very good job since he's come in. It's obviously now it's 10 wins out of 12, 1 draw, 1 defeat. It stands at 28 goals. But since Solskjaer's come in, we've done good away from home. We've won 6 away from home. We've won 8 in the Premier League, as I currently said. But we did get basically outclassed tonight by a good Paris Saint-Germain team, who obviously sit in top of Liga 1. I think they've actually scored in every game of Paris Saint-Germain this season as well. But you can just see how much of a good team they are. And they did play very, very well tonight. The first half, I thought the first half was very, very scrappy. There was a lot of challenges, as I did say. There was a lot of bookings in the game as well. I actually started to beginning to lose count of the bookings in the game. There was that many, as I currently said. But PSG, a very, very good team. Obviously, they're sitting top of Liga 1 at the moment. Obviously, now they have the advantage with them 2 away goals. So somewhere along the line, we're going to have to make a dramatic turnaround at PSG, which I can't see as doing, to be quite honest with you, because obviously now Paul Pogba, who's potentially been one of our best players, since Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's come in, he's been scoring, he's been providing, he's been, playing really, really well, he's been playing them delicate passes as Paul Pogba as well. His awareness has been very, very good, but tonight, he wasn't high at all, and obviously it's a very, very bad miss that he's currently missing the second leg of the Paris Saint-Germain. I still think, I still back Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. He's done very, very well. He has got us in the top 4, since the opening day of the season, because when he came in, in the Premier League, we were 11 points behind top 4, and I'm still confident, we can definitely, get in that top 4. I'm still confident we can get in that top 4, hopefully somewhere along the line, where we can progress in the FA Cup as well. We know before the game, there were odds reports coming out saying, that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, reportedly Solskjaer will get the job, will be named Manchester United manager on a full-time basis, as it did get revealed that the board had currently made a decision. We know potentially that we do need some signings in the summer, so we need to get some new additions into the squad. Reportedly, Manchester United are going to get around £200 million, where to spend in the summer on currently players, as we all currently know. I know Pochettino has been Ed Woodward's number 1 choice, for quite a while, but as I did say, I don't want Pochettino, as I said. But obviously, as I did say, it's a very, very disappointing result tonight. PSG totally deserved it. But as I did say, as soon as Lingard came off through injury, because Lingard's, progression's been very, very good under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, especially. But I think his progression overall has been very, very good. He's risen up the Manchester United youth system very, very well. But when he came off, Martial came off. Martial's been in absolutely scintillating form as well. He's been scoring, he's been providing, but when he didn't play that well tonight, Martial, when he was on the pitch, to be quite honest, I thought it was very, very quiet in that first half, Anthony Martial, to be quite honest with you. Overall, especially since Solskjaer's coming, Anthony Martial's been playing very, very well. But when you see Martial come off, when you see Lingard come off, you can see the pace is out of the team completely. As I said, but I just don't think we pressurised them enough. We didn't cause them any problems at the back. And PSG, were just totally up to the task. As I said, they look dangerous on the counter-attack, but when they've got the likes of Mbappe, that can beat defenders very, very well with that pace he's got. He scores loads and loads of goals. He's only, is he 19, 20 years of age, is Mbappe, as I said. But, I'm very, very disappointed, tonight, to quite honest, because we went out the Champions League last season, and last 16, was it, to Sevilla. I don't think we've been in the quarterfinals of the Champions League since the 2013-2014 season as well. So it is disappointing. We do see miracles happen, sometimes, but I can't see us turning around this deficit, this 2-goal deficit, at Paris Saint-Germain. As I couldn't said, it's going to be very, very difficult going over there. I still think they're going to have Neymar out, when we do go over there. Edison Cavani, as I did say, was out, obviously out tonight as well for PSG. I think he's scored a lot of goals this season for PSG. I don't know if he's going to be fit, to feature in the second leg. Obviously, Thomas Meunier could be fit, to feature in the second leg as well, because he's suffered some kind of a concussion for PSG as well. But it is a very, very disappointing result tonight, as I currently said. But there was a lot of fouls in that game tonight, a lot of bookings, as I currently said. But we were very, very poor tonight. Buffon had nothing to do. We didn't really create any chances, couldn't find any space, to exploit their back line. We couldn't really expose or put any kind of pressure on that back line. And I thought we looked very, very tepid tonight, as I currently said. But the free-flowing attacking football we have been seeing in the league, has been very, very good, where his movement's been good, we've looked sharp, we've looked energetic, we've seen defenders, playing out from the back, we've seen good ball playing midfielders, and we've seen, in the Premier League, especially with the likes of Martial, and Martial and Lingard and Rashid, who do have the ability to attack, create and score goals, but we saw none of that tonight. We saw none of that attacking force. We struggled to, exploit that final third, as I said, and we didn't create any chances there tonight, and Buffon, from what I saw, had nothing to do in that game tonight, but we was very, very poor tonight, and, PSG totally deserve it. But in the first half, Mbappe was very, very quiet, he didn't get a lot of service in the first half. Mbappe, I thought he looked very, very isolated in the first half, did Mbappe, but it was very, very quiet. But as I did say, in the second half, Thomas Tuchel had a word with his team, because you could see in the first half, Thomas Tuchel was very, very frustrated on the touchline. But second half, PSG just come out of the blocks and come out totally a different team, as I could have said. But they totally deserved the win tonight, did PSG. So obviously, Manchester United, of course, now move on to Chelsea in the FA Cup, which is actually, going to be another difficult game, considering that we have got a very, very bad record at Stamford Bridge, as I said. But you can't just prejudge Solskjaer, after one game. I still think he's the right man for Manchester United, because obviously Ed Woodward, praised him, for the work he's done so far. As I said, we still won 10 out of 12, one draw, one defeat. We scored 28 goals in the process. We've done, well away from home, as I said. I think Lindelof's really, really improved this season for Manchester United. I think he's played well. I think he looks good alongside Bay. I think they do. I think, Solskjaer got some. But I think Lindelof and Bay, blending very, very well together. But obviously, it was going to be a uphill task for for them two tonight. Coming up against the likes of Mbappe, who's got fantastic pace, who can make them runs in behind them, as I said. But I still think we're on course. As I currently said, it's 10 wins out of 12, as I said. But Solskjaer, I still probably say he's the right man for the job, because he does know everything about Manchester United. He knows the culture of the club. He knows the trappings of the club. He knows everything about Manchester United. Because don't forget, he's proven himself. He's won trophies. He was a great, great player for 11 years. A great player for 11 years was Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, as we all know, under Ferguson. He's watched some of these, players, grow and develop under. He's watched some of these players grow and develop, when he's managing the Manchester United reserve team as well, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. But I still think he's the right man for the job. We know, obviously, other candidate names have been mentioned, because we know, basically, as I do keep saying, Pochettino's been, mainly our number one. But as I said earlier on in the video, we know that reports have been coming out that saying that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer reportedly will get the job on a full-time basis at the end of the season. Obviously, Manchester United have to pay a fee to Mould of around 7.2 million a summer, because we've already paid a fee, to get him on a temporary basis for around 1.8 million. Haven't seen his post-match interview. May go watch it in a bit, as I clearly said. But Pochettino, as I said, he's done a very, very good job with Tottenham. But in terms of silverware, he's never proven himself in terms of winning silverware, Pochettino. And obviously, it would cost, if any club are interested in hiring him, around 35, 40 million pounds. But as I said, in relation to Pochettino, he's no intentions of leaving Tottenham. He's very, very happy with Tottenham, as I said, and he's done very, very well with Tottenham. He's got a good record with Tottenham. He had a good record there with Southampton as well. But run result is not going to change my opinion. I still want Ole Gunnar Solskjaer as the Manchester United manager, as I said, because you can't win every game. Because under Alex Ferguson, we had 26, 27 great years of success under Fergie, and obviously we lost games under Fergie as well. So you can't expect to win every single game. As I said, maybe if Manchester United were to, not win the next 6 or 7 games, then, I'd probably maybe change my opinion, but it's only currently one game. And obviously, PSG are a very, very good team with a lot of experienced players. They've got some good young players in that team as well. They're a good passing team. They've got a good they've got the attacking football, is very, very good. They create chances, they score goals, as I said. But it's disappointing because, as I did say, we had that upper hand tonight because obviously Paris Saint-Germain obviously had key injuries, going into that game tonight. But you can tell frustration in the Manchester United team. As I said, there will be a lot of probably frustration going on in that dressing room. But I can't name one player, that played well tonight for Manchester United, to be quite honest here. And Matic, I've been very, very impressed with Nemanja Matic since Solskjaer's come in. He didn't play well tonight, Nemanja Matic. But I've been impressed with him since Solskjaer's come in. I think his distribution's improved. I think he's getting forward more. His Matic. And in relation to Ander Herrera, I've been very, very impressed with him. I think hopefully somewhere along the line, we can get Ander Herrera a new deal at Manchester United, because I think he's playing a bigger part in the team and he complements our midfield well alongside Matic and Pogba, as he has been showing, under the Ole Gunnar Solskjaer reign so far under Herrera. So I think his performances have really, really improved. In relation to Alexis Sanchez, obviously a lot of Manchester United fans will think he's finished at Manchester United. Sanchez is a very, very poor player. He's lost a yard of pace. He loses the ball far too easily. He gives the ball away as well, as he did show, when he came on in the game tonight. Alexis Sanchez, who were very, very poor. He's too slow now. He's Alexis Sanchez. He doesn't have any pace about his game, and obviously he's been here just over a year. He's had a couple of injuries, since he's been here, but maybe he could be one of the players that could leave in the summer, because there's just no sign of Sanchez improving on his current game. In relation, to Lukaku, again, too slow, as I currently said. Well-proven goal scorer in the Premier League throughout his playing career, but too slow. His first touch really concerns me as well, does Romelu Lukaku, as I currently said. But I did say his form has been slightly rejuvenated since Solskjaer's come in, as I said. But obviously a lot of Manchester United fans will think Romelu Lukaku's finished. In relation to Juan Mata as well, Juan Mata, I think, again, was pretty poor tonight for Manchester United when he came on. To be quite honest with you, Juan Mata wasn't that good. But Juan Mata's obviously, 30 years of age now. Obviously, he's Juan Mata. We know Manchester United have been in talks of getting him this new 1-year extension, as I could have said. And I've also been very, very disappointed, of Man United, giving Ashley Young a new 1-year extension and all that. Obviously, I was disappointed of us giving Phil Jones a 4-year deal with an option of a further year. I was disappointed of us giving Chris Smalling a new contract, to be quite honest with you. I don't want to give players, our players contracts, that are currently fringe players, as I currently said. But you could tell tonight, I did say, the first half was very, very poor by both teams. It was very, very scrappy by both teams. PSG came with a game plan. They knew exactly what they were doing. But as I did say, as soon as Lingard came off, who's got really, really good pace, who can score, he can provide, and he's got really, really good pace. So too Martial, very influential on the left-hand side, he's got fantastic pace. Soon as them two came off, it's not the pace out of the team. It's not that attacking force out of the team. And, that was it. I just knew it had killed the momentum of the current team. And that just made us flat completely. Then PSG come out of the blocks in the second half, totally exploited us, as I said. Totally exploited us. We were far too open at the back. And PSG, were deserving winners. I thought we should have dealt with the corner better. I think that was Matic's responsibility. Really, he should have done better with that. But it was a volley from close range that currently went in. As I currently said, in the second goal, from a counter-attack, Di Maria found Mbappe in the and, it was an easy finish, for Kylian Mbappe. I think that's his, 23rd goal this season now for PSG, is Kylian Mbappe's. But as I did say, as Ole Gunnar Solskjaer was saying, he did say it could maybe take us, a couple of years, for us to be potential title contenders, and it could take us a couple of years, to catch, Manchester City, as he was currently explaining. But, we do need signings in that team. As I did say, we need a strong central defender. We need someone on that right-hand side, because I think Ashley Young is totally finished now. Obviously, Ashley Young's been one of the longest servants at Manchester United, as we all know. Obviously, just recently signed a new 1-year contract extension as well. He's been here since 2011. Obviously, we operate him mainly as a right-back, Ashley Young. But in my opinion, I do think Ashley Young's finished. Diego Dalot, I'd like to see him coming. I'd like to see Diego Dalot coming more at that right-back. But obviously, Diego Dalot's only young. He's only 19 years of age. But we need someone on that right-hand side, because I did say the majority of our attack is coming from that left-hand side, as I currently said. But hopefully, obviously we're still looking to hire a director footballer to come in as well, something to do with transfers. But we do need some signings in the summer, as I currently said. But we were very, very poor tonight. You know, there was no intensity about this game. We were sloppy. We were slow. You know, we were just very, very poor in every department of the pitch. But as we've been recently seeing under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, Solskjaer's got that attacking philosophy. We've been seeing that attacking flair. The spirit levels have been high. We've been getting bodies in decent positions. We've been scoring goals. You know, look good from wide. We've been getting fullbacks out of the pitch. But we just did not see any of that tonight. There was no confidence in the team. I just don't think the team, you know, were prepared for this game tonight. Of what I saw, there was no confidence. There was no motivation in the team, and it was very, very poor as well. But it's very, very disappointing. You know, Paul Pogba, who was essentially being one of our best players since Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's come in, he is going to miss the second leg, as I currently said. You know, which is very, very disappointing. As I said, but it was slow. It was sloppy. We were very, very static in the game. I thought his build-up play, you know, was very, very slow as well tonight. But yeah, you know, one result is not going to change my mind over Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. As I said, I still have a lot of trustworthy in him. I'd give him the job on a full-time basis, give him this £200 million kit to spend in the summer because, you know, obviously we've got a board that can invest in what Solskjaer wants to get into the club in the summer, because we are all aware, you know, that we do need signings. We have spent a lot of money, you know, since Ferguson retired, 700-800 million, as I said. You know, obviously we've seen players come in, you know, we've seen players go. And in relation, you know, to Angel Di Maria as well, you know, he's a really, really good player for PSG. Obviously, when we had him for a short tenure. I think we had him for one season, Louis van Gaal. But obviously, he was okay. He wasn't brilliant. But since he's gone to PSG, you know, Angel Di Maria has been a total different player, as I currently said. But we were well, you know, beaten tonight. You know, we've just got to accept we were well beaten tonight. But I still hope anyway that Ander Herrera, you know, does sign a new deal at Manchester United. Maybe Juan Mata, you know, option of a further year. Well, Man United have been in talks of getting him a new 1-year contract extension. As I said, obviously throughout the January transfer window, you know, there were talks. You know, that Barcelona were obviously interested in him. It did say Arsenal were also interested in Juan Mata as well. But obviously, I think he's keen on a 2-year deal. He's Juan Mata. As I said, I still think he's been a very, very good, consistent player. You know, for Manchester United. Of course, as Juan Mata. You know, he's been here quite a lot of years now. You know, we paid just under £40 million for him from Chelsea. Of course, he's won everything in the Premier League apart from the Premier League. This is obviously including his 3 years we had with Chelsea as well, Juan Mata. But we have been in talks of getting him a new 1-year extension. In relation to David De Gea as well, recent reports have been coming out saying that reportedly we are willing to offer David De Gea 300. Well, it did say he's demanding that he wants around £350,000 a week, David De Gea, if he's committed to a new long-term deal. But he's still potentially the best goalkeeper in the world. You know, De Gea, of course. De Gea, of course, has been here, of course, since 2011. So his progression's been very, very good since he's been here. He's made over 300 appearances. You know, obviously won everything here as well in English football, as I said. We activated a 12-month extension on his current contract last season as well, David De Gea. But Manchester United have been in talks of getting him a new long-term deal. I think he's reportedly set to sign a new 5-year deal with Manchester United. Is David De Gea, as I said. But I think he's demanding, he wants a huge pay rise, and he wants around £350,000 a week. Obviously, he's won the club's player of the year 4 out of 5 seasons based on his fantastic performances. He's won the Smart Busby player of the year, you know, quite a few times, as well as David De Gea. But as I say, I do expect, you know, players to leave in the summer as well. So obviously, we'll look to recruit and obviously find replacements. You know, obviously, you know, I do expect players to leave. I think Antonio Valencia probably could go in the summer as well. He's obviously injured for a couple of weeks. He suffered another injury. So too, Matteo Darmian suffered another injury. So he's out for a couple of weeks as well. So I do expect that Valencia and Matteo Darmian to probably both leave Manchester United in the summer, you know, to be quite honest. Because in relation to Antonio Valencia, he has been here since 2009. He has been a long servant here at Manchester United. He's made over 300 appearances. Obviously won everything here in English football as Antonio Valencia. And obviously he's been here, you know, since the Alex Ferguson era, Antonio Valencia. But obviously can't even get in the team now. Hardly played in the Premier League this season. Had quite a few injury problems as well. There was speculation of Antonio Valencia leaving in January, as I currently said, but it didn't happen. But I do expect probably Valencia to leave in the summer. Same with Matteo Darmian. I expect him to leave in the summer as well, because he's enjoyed a very, very difficult time, you know, since he's been in Manchester United. You know, Matteo Darmian struggled to get game time under his belt. As I said, Matteo Darmian struggled to get game time under his belt. Matteo Darmian. And obviously, it did say Juventus and Inter Milan were interested throughout, the course of the January transfer window, as I currently said. But since he's been here, which is what, 4 seasons, this is 4th season with Man United, he hasn't really had the opportunity. Matteo Darmian, we have extended his current contract, Matteo Darmian's. We have extended his current contract, Matteo Darmian's, as I currently said. For the further year, so we can cash in for the player in the summer, if the offers do come, as I said. But very, very disappointing tonight. I just don't think we showed that attacking force tonight, that attacking display, that we have, been showing under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, because, we've been seeing really, really good, fantastic performances under Solskjaer. We saw a great performance away at Cardiff in that first win, 5-1. We saw a great performance at home against Bournemouth, against Tottenham away, first half performance good, second half, very, very much on the back foot. De Gea had to make, 11 saves in the second half in that game. Very, very good performance away at Arsenal in the FA Cup as well. That was very, very in that game. Lukaku performed well. He got 2 assists in that game as well. Sanchez got his name on the score sheet in that game as well. We saw us play very, very well against Fulham at the weekend, winning by 3-0. But tonight, it was just a total different performance. I thought it was very, very shambolic tonight. It was very, very slow. There wasn't any intensity about his game. I thought we looked very, very sloppy, very, very static in the midfield. I thought defensively, we looked very, very shaky at times as well. But obviously, when, 2 of your players who have been in really, really good form, such as Martial, who's been scoring, who's very, very influential on the left, and Lingard, who are 2 good young players come off the pitch, that's obviously going to kill the momentum of the team, especially coming up against a team like Paris Saint-Germain, as I said. But obviously, I did say we wasn't going to win the Champions League anyway. I did say we're not good enough to win the Champions League. I still think we have got a good enough chance to win the FA Cup. We've got a great chance of winning the FA Cup if we can get past Chelsea. I still think we've got a great chance, of getting into that top 4 as well. I do think we'll get into the top 4, to be quite honest with you, because everyone ruled us out, obviously, because when Solskjaer came in, obviously, we was 11 points behind top 4 as well. And And is that the first time we have not scored under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer as well, I think? Is that the first time we've not scored under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer? Yes, I do think it is the first time we haven't scored under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer as well. But the spirit levels weren't high tonight. There was no confidence in the team. The team weren't motivated. We were too slow, too lethargic. PSG, read his game plan from start to finish. PSG were onto every ball. They looked dangerous on the counter-attack. And especially, when they scored that first goal, they were creating chances, exploiting us far too easily. As I said, Mbappe, could have got another goal as well. He was clear on goal from that, was it that right-hand side? David De Gea had to pull a sublime save off. Mbappe could have scored in the first half as well, just put it wide. So Mbappe basically, could have had more than one goal tonight. But Mbappe, comparing Mbappe to Rashford, I did say in my preview, can Rashford, outshine Mbappe? As I did say, I do think somewhere along the lines they are on the same level, because Mbappe's been in fantastic form, Rashford's been in fantastic form as well. But maybe Mbappe is just slightly better, as I said. But since Rashford, since Solskjaer's come in, Rashford's, been scoring goals, his finishing's improved as well as Marcus Rashford's. And as Ole Gunnar Solskjaer did say, we're going to be rotating the squad, giving everybody the chance, as he did currently say, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, giving the young players chance, to grow and develop more, as I said. And obviously he made 5 changes tonight. Obviously he was going to go with a strong team tonight against PSG. But obviously, there's difficult games coming up now. We've got Chelsea next in the cup. Then we've got Liverpool at Old Trafford as well. So they are going to be very, very difficult games as well. And obviously, we're Pogba, and he's going to be missing, the Champions League second leg, Paris Saint-Germain, as I said. But I did say I didn't see he's winning the Champions League anywhere, because we haven't got the squad to do it. Even though we've invested a lot of money, it is a good team. We have got a lot of quality up front when we've got Martial, Lingard, and Rashford and that playing. But when Martial and Lingard, came off, we were lacking quality then in that attacking third. And because obviously they're young players, as I said, like Sanchez and Mata are aging up players. They've both lost like a yard of pace. There's areas of the game they need to adapt, and obviously that not the fluidity out of the team, as I currently said, that attacking force currently went, but we didn't show that even when Martial and Lingard were currently on the pitch. As I said, we did defensively okay at times, as I said, but very, very disappointing result tonight. So Kimpembe gets his name on the score sheet, Paris Saint-Germain, and so too does Mbappe and Angel Di Maria. does get the 2 of the assists, as I said. But obviously, without a shadow of a doubt, PSG are obviously the best team in France. They've only lost 1 game all season this season. They've scored, 68 goals in Ligue 1 this season. I think they've scored, over 100 odd in all competitions this season as well. Paris Saint-Germain, I think, in every game this season, Paris Saint-Germain have scored in every one, as I said. But it was very, very poor. I thought it was a very, very poor game, especially in the first half. I don't think PSG, were that great in the first half, to be quite honest with you. There wasn't that great because I thought it was scrappy. We were looked very, very tepid, very, very shaky, as I did currently say. But, that's just one of those nights, isn't it? You can't win every game. I still want Solskjaer to get the job on a full-time basis. I still think the board are going to be backing Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, as I said. Obviously, we do need signings, to come into the club as well. That's the most essential thing. We do expect players to leave in the summer. We're still looking to hire a director of football to come in, as I said, because obviously Manchester United have been, since before Ole Gunnar Solskjaer come in, we've been playing catch up for 5 years. We've had 3 managers in the process. Obviously it hasn't worked out. And since Solskjaer's come in, there's been vast improvements in the team. We've played much, much better. Everything's, seemed to have turned around. But it's only one result tonight. You can't just prejudge, Solskjaer or the team, just after, one bad game. As I said, it was a bad performance tonight from Manchester United. But obviously, hopefully, we can revive ourselves and go to Chelsea, and get a victory and show a much, much better performance, as I currently said, and, get ourselves ahead of steam, for that Chelsea game, because we showed nothing tonight. There was no creativeness tonight. Didn't create any chances. We didn't look a threat at all going forward tonight as well. But we were very, very poor tonight as well. There's nothing, much more to say. As I do said, there were a lot of fouls in the game, a lot of yellow cards shown in the game tonight as well. They had a number of yellow cards in PSG. We had a lot of yellow cards shown to us as well. I think Herrera got in the booking, as I said. Young got in the booking. Pogba obviously got sent off, so he had 2 yellow cards. Who else got a booking for us? There was quite a few Man United players that got bookings tonight as well. There was one incident in the first half as well where Young had actually barged Di Maria into the railings, was it? Near the corner flag as well. That was a bad incident as well. I saw, as I did say in the first half, Martial limping as well. Lingard obviously came off injured as well, so that is a concern for us as well. In relation to Marcus Rojo, obviously he still remains out. He's been out for a long time. Marcus Rojo, obviously, he did confirm his return back to training, but he still remains absent, does Marcus Rojo, as we all currently know at the moment. But I did say Lindelof, and Eric Bailly, having a good relationship together, they're blending in well, them central defenders, because they're on another level, to Chris Smalling and Phil Jones, as I currently said. But I've been impressed with Lindelof this season. I do think his performance has improved. Bailly's got great potential, as I said as well. But tonight, we were struggling to get them running behind, struggling to really create many chances. And, PSG just totally exploited us, operated space. They showed that attacking flair, when they were on their counter-attack, as I said. I thought some of the crosses, looked very, very accurate as well at times in the game. But I thought, tonight, even when we were putting crosses into the boxes, crossing was poor. Some of the crosses were put in, were very, very woeful indeed. But, obviously, the whole team, just wasn't at it tonight, as I currently said. But hopefully we'll learn from this, and obviously we'll bounce back as well. But I've already given you the update of obviously the players, Manchester United, may be interested into the club in the summer, as I've already give you an update on. As I've already give you an update on as well. But PSG, a very, very good team, as I do keep saying, have a lot of experienced players. They're a very, very good passing team. They're good on the counter-attack, as I currently said, at PSG. They've got good players. They've got Verratti, who's a very, very good player, who just recently recovered from an ankle injury as well. They've obviously, they've got Edinson Cavani, but obviously he's injured, but he's been in fantastic form for them this season. They've got Dani Alves, an absolutely experienced fullback, who's very, very good for PSG as well. Who else have they got? They've got Marquinhos, I thought had a good game for PSG tonight as well. Who else have they got in their team? I don't actually know all the players. They've obviously got that Leandro Paredes of Paris Saint-Germain, who obviously, they got in January from Zenit St. Petersburg. I think it actually was it around 40 odd million, they paid for him. They've obviously, who else have they got? Paris Saint-Germain, they've got Neymar, but obviously he's out through long-term absence. Obviously, in relation to Neymar, I think he's likely to miss the second leg as well as Neymar. I think Edinson Cavani is likely to miss the second leg. I'm not actually too sure about that as well. But obviously, I thought Manchester United were going to win that game tonight, considering, that they had Cavani out, that's been scoring goals for them. You know, they had Cavani out, they had Neymar out, you know, they had Thomas Munier out as well. I just thought we had the upper hand tonight, even though PSG have got them injuries, you know, they've still got a lot of class in their team, as I said, and we haven't been in the quarterfinals of the Champions League since the 2013-2014 season, as I currently said as well. But I still believe that, you know, Solskjaer, you know, can push this team forward. You know, he can elevate us, you know, to that level, to that high level. He can get us in that commanding position, you know, that we do want to be in, as I said. But I still do believe that this squad has everything, you know, to re-emerge as a dominant force and somewhere along the line get us back winning trophies on a regular basis again. But obviously there still needs to be work done in the team. You know, we need signings in that team. We need to get a director of football, you know, to come in to the club as well. And that £200 million, we need to spend that £200 million. We need to get Koulibaly in our central defensive position. Maybe we need a centre defensive midfielder that's fast and tenacious, as I said. Maybe we need someone on that right hand side, as I currently said as well. But tonight it just was very, very poor, and there's really just nothing much more to say, as I said. But as we've been saying under Solskjaer, you know, he's rejuvenated the team. He's brought the fluidity back to the team, as I did say. He's brought the confidence back to the team. But there was just tonight, there was just no real. We had no rhythm out as game. There was no movement. We wasn't quick enough on the ball. We was losing the ball far too easily. And PSG, you know, just totally took advantage of that, as I currently said. So anyway, drop your comments, likes below on the channel, guys. If you do consider subscribe